Approved by the General Assembly.
Approved by the General Assembly.
Of Occupy Santa Cruz.
Occupy Santa Cruz.
On November 6, 2011.
On November 6, 2011.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you have a response to our letter? Nothing to say?
Nothing at all, no comment, no response, please?
No, I mean, I heard what you said, and I think we've been very clear. I'm not sure what else to say about that.
Come to our meeting.
Please come.
Please
join
come.
us. It's really empowering.
Further negotiations.
It's really inspiring. It's really inspiring.
I mean, no one has any reservations or concerns about what you're saying with respect to the various issues that you're representing. No one has any concerns about that.
But you are restricting the size of our assembly, and you are telling us to leave, and you are telling us that we're dirty, and you're telling us that we shouldn't be there.
People can be there. People can be there.
Your deputy chief of police lies on us to the Sentinel newspaper. They won't distinguish between occupiers and non-occupiers.
We're all the same.
We're all the same.
Well, I mean, there's a difference between being able to say what you want to say, which you can at any time, anywhere, and having an impact, just a real practical impact on the park itself. So our concerns are really more with the practicalities of being able to maintain the park.
Will the city provide us with a place to camp?
It has nothing to do with
We
what
are
you're,
the park.
what
We're
The
using the
people
park.
are speaking. They're speaking their needs. We need to be supported.
No one
It
is
is
saying they
our
can't
park.
speak.
We are putting the park to better use than it has seen in who knows how long.
We are the voters.
The park has to be maintained. A lot of people use the park for different kinds of things.
San Francisco works with the people. Why can't you?
Again, no one is saying that you can't express yourselves with whatever you want to say.
The occupation is our expression.
That's irrelevant to the point that we're trying to make here, though. I mean, yeah, sure, we could say things, and nobody pretty much has any limits on that. But we're specifically talking about the use of the park, not freedom of speech here.
We are maintaining the park.
The park needs. There's just practical realities of occupying a space that's not set up for habitation indefinitely.
Now it
I mean,
is.
it's just.
We would like to.
We would like to establish a dialogue with the city. We would like to see services from the park turned back onto the city. We would also see the police responsibly police our occupation. Actually, what we object to most, and I'm only speaking for myself, is that the format of this permit, we see it as a first step, a very poor step at dialogue. We would like to dialogue with the city.
Yes.
We come here in a spirit of open dialogue.
More importantly, we come in peace and non-violence.
Because we are a peaceable assembly.
Because we're human beings just like you.
I mean, again, no one has any concerns or reservations about what you're trying to express. And I see you walking around downtown and different parts and on the court steps, and there's no problem with any of that at all. All we're trying to address is just the practical concerns and issues with respect to being in a park facility which is not set up.
If we're in the park on November 17th and another permit hasn't been reissued, will you send the police to come remove us from the park?
I don't know.
You don't know?
They're not trying.
Why don't you work with us in terms of maintaining the park? Because we are maintaining the park. Bathrooms have been closed off to people. Why aren't you working with us to do that?
Well, we provided a set of sort of guidelines to be able to use it in the interim period. So I think if you could do that, that would certainly be helpful. Because there have been a lot of there has been a lot of defecation, things like that have been found around the park.
If we have 51 tents, will you send the police to remove one of them?
I don't know.
You don't know.
You
wrote us a letter saying that you would do that. You wrote us a letter saying that we're in violation.
You would be in violation. Now, whether we chose to enforce or not, that's something we have. We have.
So you do have the choice to enforce or not.
Yes.
And what is your choice?
I don't know.
He knows.
What will it depend on?
Who decides?
Who's the decider?
Decides for you.
Doesn't the Constitution reign
You
supreme?
know, well, the police department has discretion, our office has discretion.
So he's above the Constitution. Sure.
Who's above the Constitution?
The chief of police of Santa Cruz?
No, they have a responsibility to maintain the public safety, and they have
Does
to
our
make
First
decisions.
Amendment not count
Police officers
anymore?
make police decisions all the time.
This office does have discretion over whether or not those laws are enforced and the police are sent to remove us from the park. This office does have discretion.
It does.
So how far does
I would
police
like to,
discretion go?
I'm sorry.
How far does police discretion go?
Well,
Is it
of course-
unlimited?
No, of course they have to work within the framework of the law,
Huh.
certainly.
So your office has the power to protect our right to assemble in the park and to protect
To
our
what?
demonstration.
The
Your
park what?
office has the power to protect our right to peaceably assemble in the park and talk with each other, build community, share food.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that's something that, police does all the time for people. I mean, if somebody were to show up there and try to, do you harm in some way, the police department would be responsible to try to protect
We are not
you.
asking for the police to protect us. We are asking for you to not send the police after us.
I mean, the police isn't gonna be out there to go after anybody. However, if there is a public safety and a problem, then they also have an obligation to try to address that.
Your letter suggests that we are the problem.
And how about the threats from the deputy chief of police to me when he said Occupy is forcing the police to play their hand?
I don't know about that.
Well, you need
The
to
police
say
are
you need to check it
responsible
out.
to protect and serve us.
Will you open up the restrooms in the
Wait till
park?
he answers,
Sorry.
please.
Go ahead.
I think we've developed some operating guidelines that we think are reasonable to be able to, again, use the facility in a way that protects the public safety, makes it a reasonable facility to use, in a time frame, and without really, our concern again is not what your message is or what you want to state to anybody. That's not really our concern.
The occupation
Should be
is
your
the
concern.
message.
It should be.
$50,000
Much should be your concern.
Citizens,
No, we don't.
citizens of
It's not our
Santa Cruz are
concern to-
responding to a dire situation
It's
in
not
the
our
world.
concerns to regulate. I mean, what I'm saying is, we don't have an interest in having you, or in monitoring or dictating what you want to say is
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
how
trying to
about
say.
supporting? We are the citizens of this city and county, and we're responding to a dire situation in the world.
Right, but we have to represent
We need the
everyone.
support of progressive Santa Cruz
Yeah, our
government.
responsibility is to everyone, and it's the park is a park for
What
everyone.
is everyone?
Everyone
When
to
we were at the
use.
city council meeting and you guys were voting on a golf course, there was only 5 people that raised their hands that wanted a $50,000 golf course. Then
I
you
don't
wanted
know.
to spend another 20, 30,000 changing Pacific Avenue into a two-way street, and we're willing to spend another 20 to 30,000 of the taxpayers' money to change it back if it didn't work.
I mean, our responsibility is to try to help
Right.
everybody. Those that have a message like yourselves, and those that want to use the park, and just anybody who lives and visits the city
Park's big
of
enough for
Santa
all of
Cruz.
us.
So we have to try to protect everybody's rights. And again, it's a public facility to be used
Well, we're
by.
a piece of everybody.
You have the
We
power.
are the
And
people
you
of the
have
United
used
States of
it. You
America.
have
You
used
have no
it.
right to kick
But
us
there's
out of
others,
there.
there's
And we are
others,
using it.
At
but
any
it needs
point.
maintenance,
Open
one,
the bathroom.
and there's others that want to enjoy it too.
Can you
So-
make a
These
suggestion?
are, these
Can you
are
make a
all
public
reasonable
park?
concerns.
Sir,
Actually,
your oath of office says that you're dedicated to protecting the Constitution of the United States above everything else.
Yes.
That's right.
The First Amendment is in the Constitution. That's where it is.
I agree with that.
Can you make
You
a
solemnly
suggestion
swore
to
it.
another
You
place
don't
that
agree
would
with it, you
support
solemnly swore that.
We understand your concern with other people being able to use the park and with maintenance and such, and maybe the grass dying under the tents.
Correct.
Do you have another place that we could use while maintenance is done, or could you suggest a place to us that would be acceptable to the city?
I don't personally have any place in mind or know of any other.
How about Pacific Avenue?
Well, it
We're
would-
taking care of the
why do you think
space,
it
and
would
the
be your
grass can grow back
obligation
when
to
we're
offer us
done.
another place?
The bathrooms in
To
the park,
offer us
the
another
bathrooms,
suggestion.
sorry, the bathrooms in the park are closed at night, and that is a serious health and safety problem, I think, for if a lot of people are there. Why can't, you have the authority to open them, do you not?
Torture, man. It's torture.
Yeah, so
You're complaining about it.
But I think, I mean, that's why we've required the bathroom facilities to be able to address that.
You have
Well,
bathroom
but-
facilities
you're-
installed in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
park.
You prohibit us from using the public bathrooms in the permit, and yet require us to get bathrooms on the street, which we already have one. A porta
You
potty
say
on the
you
street.
support our freedom of expression, but your message you send a message that not in my backyard. It's not allowed here. You say you're concerned about public safety. We are the public. This building, the taxpayers paid for this building. We allow you to be here.
We pay your salary.
So you could open those
You
bathrooms.
don't get to pick and choose.
You could open those
First
bathrooms.
Amendment.
You could open those bathrooms in the park tonight if you wanted.
Yeah, I don't know what the hours are.
It'd be the
of the
humane
bathroom.
thing.
They
No,
close.
he's saying you specifically, personally, you have the power to open up those bathrooms tonight.
I don't know. I don't know what the hours are. And why.
No, but see, you're evading my question. I'm asking you specifically.
I don't know.
Do you specifically have the power to open those bathrooms tonight, regardless of what times of operation of the bathrooms are? Do you have that specific power?
Can you direct Annette Shoemaker to open the bathrooms at night in the park?
I don't know.
Can Annette Shoemaker make that decision?
I don't know. I mean, I can look into it.
Will you
I don't know for sure because I don't know why they're closed. Pardon?
Will you call Danette Shoemaker today and make that request?
I'll find out more about it. Why they're closed and all that sort of
They're
thing.
closed at night regularly. Are you? They would have to be opened on a general basis. Are you prepared to make that request to her?
I don't know because it just depends on what the level of maintenance.
Can we get a straight answer here? Will you make the request or not?
Will you open them up is what we want to know. You're the
Yeah.
city manager.
I mean,
You
stop
can
beating
direct
around the
it.
bushes, you know what I mean?
I answered you honestly.
Yeah, but
And I
you're
said-
answering us in a
I
based
can't,
answer.
I can't tell you I can't tell you one way or the other.
We would
I
like
don't
a
know.
response on that, but regardless, our assembly is not about going to the bathroom. Our assembly is about free speech.
I
It's about
agree.
building community. It's about self-determination, and we will be there as long as we want to.
If you say we're unsanitary and you are locking up bathrooms, it is really the city that is promoting unsanitary conditions. And it
again,
especially affects women
But it's
who
just-
happen to be
But it's
there.
just not that. I already mentioned that. It's just not
Well, we
the
can always
bathrooms.
go
It's also
occupy the new golf
it's also the
course.
facility maintenance. It's also
That's a good idea.
just the ability for other people to use it.
But nobody's using it after
Our
dark.
letter says very clearly, specifically, that this is a letter to all people of Santa Cruz, an open invitation to everyone, elected, appointed, non-elected, homeless or home, of all ages. We welcome everyone into our assembly. So I don't see how we're driving the public away if we're welcoming them with open arms and food.
I mean, if you have concerns, certainly you can bring them to the assembly. You mentioned a couple of vague concerns. Do you have any specific concerns you want to bring to this group of people right now?
No, I mean I think we were pretty clear in the letter.
Mr. Bernal, why did you deliver to us pictures of shit? We came here to talk. We didn't come here to leave shit on your doorstep. Why did you deliver to us on City of Santa Cruz letterhead photographs of shit? Isn't that a little perverted, a little disgusting, a little offensive?
No, I mean it was just to show you what people what the staff has found.
It was
I've lived
to
in this town
accuse
for 10
us.
years.
Very
I've seen poop on these streets for years. It happens.
Very
You should go check out San Francisco.
I'm an occupier, and I can attest, I've never once defecated in that park on the grass.
You know, obviously some people have. Now,
That's because they're closed
How do you lock the bathroom?
See, we have clear issues that this permit is disrespecting our rights for freedom of speech, and clearly you have issues about the park being maintained and security. I think there's some element of negotiation here. I would like to further negotiate
on our
Unfortunately, this
shore.
permit
There
sounds like
always
it's
seems to be
and I would like
enough
us to
to
progress
finance
further.
one more
Speaking for myself,
war. We
we have
worked
much
for
more
30
harmonious now.
years, through hopes and dreams and tears. They siphoned off our pension funds to bail out profiteers. The media's got it wrong. The people are too strong. It takes more than the filthy rich to stop this little song. They took our homes away because we couldn't pay. But even if we paid on time, we can't trust via Bay. They can't put us in jail. They can't put us in jail. We are the 99% and we're too big to fail.
So Martin, you're going to look into that. You're going to open up those bathrooms tonight for
We're mad as hell and we're here to yell. We ain't gonna take it no more. We'll stay right here till we make a change or till the sea runs dry. We've just decided it's too lopsided, so we'll stay here and occupy. Got no house to make for clothes. We got no place to go. We lost our lease when they sent police to throw us out in the snow. The filthy rich want to have it all. They've got billions more than they need. While the sick and the poor go door to door. The rich are choking on greed. No, we ain't gonna take it no more. No, we ain't gonna take it no more. We're mad as hell and we're here to yell. We ain't gonna take it no more.
We would like to know what our response is to the proposal.
It's in his hand. That's our response.
That is our response, sir.
That is our response.
Just so that the record is clear and, yeah, you do have our response. Thank you.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yes, please.
We could wait here until the bathrooms get opened up and we get a real response.
Oh, yeah, right.
Might be waiting for a while.
You might have to use the bathroom.
We can wait till next morning.
Oh, boy, sure. I'll only go park for my time.
That's unreasonable. That's an unreasonable time, place, and manner.
He's out first.
Yeah, we will not be undermined.